And Chris lost the light, and that's all he can talk about before the show. So good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ. Yeah, just before the show, he goes, I just lost the light. And I'm like, well, mute your damn self so we can start the show. So anyway, thank you all for being out there. I appreciate it very much. We already got a bunch of people out there. Aussie Man, Gary Lucas, Chris Nealon, Dennis Goodson, Michelle Marcoux, already out there. Dan Ingy, from Danny Ingy Woodworking. Luana Pierce. Aussie Man. I think I said Aussie Man already. But all these people are out there in the chat, and I'm just scrolling down through to look at everyone's name. I appreciate y'all being out there for very much. So anyway, so been busy this week, and we just got a lot of things going on in the family. My mother-in-law has Alzheimer's, and we're dealing with a lot of situations with that. And I just hope y'all would understand, and it may affect future shows, trust me, but we're trying to work some stuff out, and that's about basically all I can say about that. But things are going pretty good. Things are looking up a little bit better for her, and your thoughts and prayers for her that she would find peace is very much appreciated. But that, and also I've been having just to let you know about me, I've been having a lot of problems with my sciatica, so much that I went to the doctor and they took some x-rays of my back, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. They're concerned that it's more than sciatica, that I may have a herniated disc. So I hope that is not the case. So I am on pain medication. So I will tell you, I am not feeling bad at all tonight, just to let you know up front. So, but I figured the show must go on, and here we are. Before we get any further, let me tell you about my wonderful sponsors, and they are Devobal Technologies for web design, development, and hosting. Visit devobal.com. FastCap, innovative products for the professional woodworker. Go to fastcap.com. Rockler, 60 years in woodworking. Create with confidence. Visit rockler.com. And Bearwood Supply Company, your best choice for hard-to-find woodworking supplies. Go to bearwood.com. Klingspor, the sanding specialist, woodworkingshop.com. Seiko, the scroll saw specialist, seiko.com. Scrollnado, dust collection for your scroll saw, and you can find them on Amazon. Don't forget about my show on Wednesdays, even though we didn't have one this past Wednesday, at 7:30 p.m. Scrolling and Making with Russ right here on YouTube. Also, we moved over from Twitch because there was just so many complications, and it seems like the YouTube is working out so much better. So I appreciate that. Woo, not feeling bad, Lana Pierce says. Yeah, I'm not feeling any pain. Let's put it that way with the pain medication. Ken McCrory has showed up. I appreciate you. Steve Carmichael is out there. Hey, Steve, if you want to be on the panel, let me know, and you can be on the panel now. We're not talking about anything in specific, so actually, if you wouldn't mind, Al, send him the link. See if he wants to come on and just be on the panel to sit here and chat with us. But other than that, Ken McCrory, he's out there. We'll go ahead and introduce ourselves and then get on to what's going on in our shops. And I've already had some people send some pictures in. So if you have some projects going on in your shop, send and I do have it. Send me an email with some pictures of what you've got going on in your shop to contest@simplywoodencreations.com. Right now. Go there right now and send the pictures, and I'll show them tonight. So contest@simplywoodencreations.com. And I've got a few things that I want to show off that we've been doing, or I've been doing around my shop. So even though things have been hectic, it's actually things that have been done before that I'm just now finishing up. So, but let's go ahead and go down the line and let everybody introduce themselves. And first off is Brenda.
Thanks, Russ. I'm Brenda G, Brenda G's Designs. You'll find me all over the internet as Brenda G's Designs. I've got a web page called BrendaG'sDesigns.net. I'm on Facebook, and I'm on YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and a whole bunch of different places, and it's always Brenda G's Designs.
Cool. And I just want you to know that you're the only one that doesn't complain when I call on them first. Other people, when I call on them first, they go like, oh, you had to start on my end. Or, oh, I just knew you were going to call on me first, or blah, blah. You know, every single time I call on you and you're first, you never say anything. You just come on gently and say what you need to say.
That's right. Yeah,
Yep.
that's they need to be like Brenda. Brenda's crafty.
Brenda's
be like
crafty.
Brenda.
Yep. Yeah, I got some people on here, though, that every time I get them first, they're like, I knew you were going to call me first. Anyway, yeah, just to let everybody know. Anyway, Chris, go ahead, Chris.
Thanks, Russ. And once again, it's a tough act to follow, but following up with Brenda. But anyways, this is Chris from the Old Cranky Workshop. We're back in the shop. As you can see, this mess behind me. A few projects going on. I got a couple things to show tonight, but it's just going to be back. And I apologize for my lights. They keep going in and out, which is affecting the darkness or lightness of my screen too. So I'm just kind of a technological mess tonight. So that's about all I get going on. Back to you, Russ.
Cool. Then Jim.
Wow, what was that? Jim Bashir's from Driveway Workshop, and looking forward to seeing what everybody's got going on in their shop tonight.
Cool. John, how are you doing?
Not too bad, bud.
Cool.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and hadn't seen you in a couple of weeks. Everything
Well,
going all right?
Yeah, we're doing okay. Hanging in there.
I know the last time, I know you've been having the problems with your being in the hospital and being recovery and everything, but you talked about one of the last times too, your flood was, or your shop was, see how the pain medication, I'm getting it back. Yeah. The shop was flooded. So has that all been taken care of?
It's pretty much okay now. I went out and got a new trash pump and dug a hole in the ground outside and submerged that thing down in about 2 feet of water. And it's been keeping it pretty dry right now. It's not bad out there. I was out there for a while today, actually.
Cool.
So, but anyway, it's John Schaffner. You can find me on Facebook. Other than that, you can probably find me right here on my fat dog.
Cool. Al Forte.
Hey, folks. Al Forte, Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop, Kilroy, 79763 on Twitch. Great to be here. Luana, thank you for the compliment about the yellow shirt. It's kind of, the trend. Brenda's is awesome. In fact, Brenda's got merch on the Makers Media Network. You can get a t-shirt just like that one. Just go over to Makers Media Network and get some. But anyway, look forward to talking to you about wood today and what everybody's got going on in their shop. Anyway, next.
Paul.
Hey, Russ. Al, if we don't talk about wood, we'll talk about plastic.
I can talk about plastic too.
I got a lot of plastic laying around. Paul Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop, on YouTube at Paul's Messy Workshop, or on Instagram at Paul's Messy Workshop. And the next guy, I'm glad you made him last, because otherwise, like you said, he goes, I wasn't ready yet. I'm always last, and now you made me first.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Yep. Russ.
Boy, it's hell coming behind y'all, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Yeah, Russ Nails Woodshop here. Y'all can find me on Facebook and Instagram a little bit. And I am going to talk about wood.
Okay.
I'm not talking about plastic because my wife has the plastic and I don't get to use much of it. So back to y'all,
Okay.
smart asses.
Well, you're the one that complains. I knew you were going to call me first. Every time I do that, so don't even go there. You do that all the time. I was like, so
I just tell you, if I knew I was going to be first, I'd have sat in the back of the class.
yeah, okay, well. Anyway, so yeah, we don't have a lot tonight. I have been tied up this week with my mother-in-law and the situation, so I haven't had a chance to. Normally I send out emails, in which I have, but if I don't hear back from you real quick, I pester the hell out of you by keep on sending out other emails and private messing you on Facebook and everything else to try to get your attention to be on the show. So, and I will open this up again and we'll go back to this is if any of y'all out there in the chat would like to be on the show, we'd love to have you to show off what you do and how you do it. So all you have to do is send me an email either to Russ at simplywoodencreations.com or contest at simplywoodencreations.com or PM me over on Facebook. So that's all you have to do. You need a microphone and you need a webcam and you need pretty good internet. Wireless can get it, but it's really iffy. So if you have those qualifications, I open it up to you to come out and be on the show on Saturday night and show us what you're doing. I love to have you. So, and I look for people all the time, and I send email out to people all the time. Two things. And I say it's this time of year because but that I don't think that has to do with it anymore. But the other thing is I've been doing this for 5 years. So I've contacted a lot of people. I don't think I've even come to dent the amount of makers and woodworkers that are out there. But unfortunately, the people I contact either don't have the qualifications, they don't have a webcam or whatever, and can't be on the show. But I contact people all the time requesting them to be on the show to get somebody on there that we haven't seen before. And after 5 years, you start to run out of, especially when you're doing 50 shows a year, that's 250 shows, give or take. You start to run through a lot of people. So, just throwing it out there. If you would like to be on the show and you have those qualifications, you have a pretty good internet connection, you have a camera, and you have a mic, and you can do this and show us some of the stuff that you do or how you do it. Hey, I'm open. All you got to do is send me an email to contest@simplywoodencreations.com or Russ@simplywoodencreations.com, either one. So just opening it up to all those that are out there. So let's go down. I'll make myself last on what I've been doing. So let's go down the thing and see who wants to go first. Oh, Russ Meadows.
Russ wants to go first.
Hey, like that, huh?
Yeah.
Get my butt chewed, and there I go, popping right off.
Okay.
First thing I got to do is I don't have a good picture of it on the front, but can y'all see that?
Yes, we can see that. And I saw it on the internet. That is awesome, dude.
Yeah, that one came out really well. I picked this one because of we got a lot of alligators in my area.
Yep.
And my area of Texas is more the swampy side, and Southwest Louisiana, and also I've said South Florida because nobody would have figured it out if I didn't put that in there when I was first starting it. So Jerry Brown finally got it. But if I hadn't said South Florida, he wouldn't have got it. But yeah, that's a 3D pattern that I picked out. And when I saw it, I said, man, I like that thing. So I started carving it.
Well, hold
It
it
came
up
out well.
again real quick. Hold it up again real quick. Now that
Oh,
is
okay.
you carved that on your CNC, right?
I did.
And then you went in there and actually painted all that individual stuff.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah, the colors for the most part were mixes of colors that I had.
Right.
I mixed a couple of colors together to get the color I wanted and stuff. The sky was a regular one. I had that color, but the water down in here, all that was a mix of two different colors to get that
Right.
kind of color and stuff. It came out well. It
Yes,
surprised
it
me how
did.
well.
You did. That's fantastic,
It came
Russ.
out really well. And of course, I did the Iron Maiden Eddie. I did
I saw
him.
that too. That looked very fantastic.
I put that on, and an old fella named Brian Gidney popped up. I want that thing. Okay, I sent it to him when I got it done.
Yeah.
But see, I've got a couple of things coming down the pike. I think I sent you 2 emails, or hopefully you just got them, of stuff that's coming up that I have modeled. I haven't cut yet.
Right.
But I just sent you 2 pictures just
Okay.
a while ago.
I'll check.
And I've just got one today that is going to be the body of a Stratocaster with a eagle laying across the top of it.
Oh,
Wings
wow.
spread. I just finished modeling that up when right as the show was starting. And I tell you what, I'm over the moon with that one. I like that one a lot.
Well, now, are you purchasing these from someone?
What I have done is I bought a subscription from a fella on the internet that
Yes,
I
I
know
think
about.
he's on Facebook, correct?
He's
Is
probably
that where is that where you pay for the 200 gigabyte package and then you get
You
everything?
don't pay for that.
Huh?
You don't pay for that package. That package is the CNC. I'll just give him a plug. The CNC Users Forum
Okay.
is the main gate to where you go in. And if you have to be admitted to that thing because a lot of people have been stealing his designs over the years, and he's got a little aggravated with that. And so he's made some changes. But if you join that group, they give you 200 gigs free.
But
And you just have to
they're
You
download
free designs.
You need to send
Yeah.
me that PM over in my in
I'll
Facebook.
give it to you. I'll send you an invitation.
Yeah, send me an invitation.
The part that I'm in, this is you can only get to is called Club A, and you can get to that, but you have to go through the forum first.
Yes, that's fine.
And that one is this what it costs money for that. And
Yeah.
you'll find all the information on the users forum.
Here's my point: is that when this one that I saw, he had like a 200 gigabyte package, and you paid for the package, and then for you had to join the forum, and then for 1 year, anything that he produced, you would get that. You would get that. He would send that to you.
Yeah.
Which actually, if you went back and looked at the 200 gigabyte package, it wasn't, considering everything you got, was really kind of nice.
Well, the way that I see it, and I'll just put it straight out there. I've dealt with this guy. I bought individual pieces from him in years past, and his stuff is top shelf. And I went ahead and went through the process. I joined the CNC Users Forum, and they give you, if they're not top shelf, they're real close to it, but they give you those for free. And you join it. If you join and take the next step, you get the Club A subscription, which is a year,
right?
And automatically you get about 440 some odd top shelf designs, which is what I got, and they average about 8 to 10 new ones every month that automatically come to you.
Yeah.
For the whole year, and you download those, so they're yours forever.
Right.
You can sell all the things you make off of. You just can't sell the patterns. You can't give them away, anything like that.
Basically, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
PM me that over there because I want to join that because yeah, I saw some of his designs and they are top shelf. I mean, some of the stuff he's doing, but I was a little hesitant
Right.
because I didn't know anybody that was in that club. But now that I know you, I'm like, okay.
All right. I'll send you the info.
All right. Cool.
So did you use V-carb to cut that out with, or?
I actually did. V-carb will allow you to take one STL from another thing, another software package, and import it, and you can cut it in all day, every day of the week. You can't merge two of them in unless they're from Vectric. Any of Vectric's products you could put with that one you bought, and all day long. But V-carb will only allow you to merge one STL from another software package.
Right.
And so if I have a bigger one, I could take any thing that V-carb has and put with it, and there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're making a guitar with an eagle across it, right?
Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. Yeah.
Does it play Hotel California and everything?
No, and this is gonna be decorative. It ain't gonna be playable. It's just gonna be stuck up on the wall.
See it either way.
Well, I will tell you, I have had V-carb Pro for a couple of years now, I think it is. But I finally made the decision about 3-4 weeks ago that I went ahead and moved up. I now have Aspire, the brand new version of Aspire. So
that's the way to go.
Yeah. What they do, though, what I like about Vectric is if you paid like what's the going rate of V-carb Pro, right? Like probably like
$700, I think.
700. Did you say 7?
I think it's 700.
Yeah, $700-800. So if you upgrade to Aspire, which is $1,300, they will take off the price of the Vectric or the V-carb Pro, so you only have to pay for the upgrade. So, which is pretty nice. So I went ahead and just pulled the plug the other day and said, you know what? I use this stuff so much and I like it so much. So, and I'm upgrading my CNC to a better CNC. So, and that will use, I can use Aspire and V-carb Pro and that with that CNC. So I just went ahead and upgraded. So
I agree with you.
Yeah. So we've got a couple of people that showed up at the last minute. I don't know where the heck they were. Well, I know one didn't get invited to the last minute, but one's been always invited, and then she just now showed up. Katie, where the heck
it's not my fault. It's the damn dog's fault.
Oh, it's the dog's fault. Okay.
I thought it was a man.
He goes with me to feed, and today he decided to go on an unauthorized field trip.
Oh.
I had to go find him and tell him how I was going to kill it.
Is that the dog behind you?
There's a dog behind me?
Yeah, I could see him over your right shoulder.
This dog.
There was a white one.
That's Daisy. She never does anything wrong.
Oh,
this is the one that decided to leave the property and be stupid.
Oh, okay. And now he knocks your headphones off.
I'll kill him.
Yep. Okay. Well, good to have you. Love you.
Thank you.
And then Steve, how you doing, bud?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Good. Okay. My son's home from college and he's a gamer, so he's playing games online, and I don't know what that'll do to my connection.
What game is he playing?
It's not clear, but we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's some, adult game probably.
Oh.
Yeah. No, it's like you're not crisp clear as far as your video portion of it, but we can hear you very well. So,
okay.
How you been?
I've been good. Just
Good.
working. Yeah, working in the chicken business.
Yep.
So that keeps me busy.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah, I haven't done many videos lately, but I'm working on one now. I'm making a couple of those wooden American flags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you
So
doing
that's
them
my
on your
latest.
X-Carve or your?
Yeah, I'm doing the stars and the Union.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
On
do
the
you
X
have
Carve.
the X-Carve or you have the Shapoka?
It's the X Carve.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Did
Looking
you
forward to
say
seeing
you're
that.
cutting aluminum with them? Did I hear you say that? No.
No, just wood. I don't do much metal stuff except for music.
Yeah.
Music, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so let's go back to who wants to show off what they're doing next. I think Brenda was next.
I'll go.
All right, so.
I finished up these 6 boxes that I was working on with the quilling.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
And there's the peacock that I made. Now this
Beautiful.
it's all paper. It's just wound up 1/4 inch wide paper strips. And then
That's beautiful.
I've got this one. These are little flowers.
Oh, I like that one.
with
Yeah, I
little
do too.
butterflies.
That's
and
just paper that you quilled up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then this one is a little fish scene
Holy crap.
that I made with little fishes.
That's
I think
beautiful.
I get tired of looking at that. My eyes go buggy.
Then
I
I
Yeah,
got
it's
some of
buggy
these
in
A
there.
little hook in there somewhere.
hexagon boxes that I made paper
that's
quilling
really
on
neat.
the lids. And there's a blue flower.
Now, do you design all those yourself, Brenda?
Yeah, these are all self-designed.
Those are really cool.
Really,
Yeah.
they are.
There's a
How do you keep them together? If you one slip of the hand and it's all torn to pieces, right?
you put some glue on it.
Yeah. I mean, as you're winding them.
Well, you wind them up and first you kind of break the fiber in the paper a little bit.
Okay.
You know, you run them over top a pair of scissors or something, you know, break some of the fiber.
Okay.
And then you wind them up really tight and you hold them, you know, for a few seconds and it'll keep it pretty well coiled. And then you have to loosen it up. Like you'll see in some of these, you know, how
Yeah.
they're loosened up in the middle. You loosen them up to wherever you want them. And then you put a little glue on the end and it holds it.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
Hey,
That is
Brenda.
neat.
Hey, Brenda.
Yes.
I have to say this to Russ. Hey, Russ, Brenda's crafty.
Be like Brenda.
That's right.
That's what she keeps them from all.
Yeah, that's her new slogan, by the way. Brenda's crafty. Be like Brenda.
Well, it's not new. It's always been there. You know, if you look at all my craft videos that's over on YouTube, you'll see, you know, I'm always talking about Brenda's crafty, be like Brenda.
It's
We're just now picking up on that then.
Yeah, you're a little behind.
you're captivated by gling, 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 more.
He ain't no little behind, believe me.
Yeah, I ain't a little behind. Yeah, I ain't a little behind. Since we're talking about that, I will tell you this much. I'm like 1 year behind doing something for a friend of mine who's on the panel tonight. And I was like, I don't know why. My memory fails me so big time. I mean, big time sometimes. But apparently I had promised John Schaffner a clock like that right there about a year ago, and I have failed to produce it. Well, John, I've got this clock, and everybody on the panel love this tonight because they told me to do this, but I've been working on your clock.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
They told me to do this, John. So everybody,
Send it as is. Send it as is.
everybody on the panel is guilty.
Well, Russ,
I have nothing to do with this. This is not my idea. I was not involved.
it's a
They're
poor
all
workman.
guilty.
5 minutes, Russ.
It's a poor workman that blames others.
I have been honestly working on your. I've been honestly working on your clock, and I got some more painting to do, and I got it cut out and everything. So this is actually what it's looking like.
And then when he does get it finished, he'll ship it FedEx.
Yeah,
Oh my God! Don't do that.
yeah. So this is what it actually looks like at this point, John.
Looking good. Looking great.
Don't,
So, yeah,
don't
I've
worry
got
that
it.
he spelled sawdust wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I got it cut out and I'm painting it and I'm getting ready to finish it up. So I see the back's already ready for the clock insert. Yep. So they told me to do that as far as hold up the thing clock. They told me to do the panel did. So you can blame Brenda and Chris and Jim and Katie and Al.
I had nothing to do with this.
And Russ Meadows.
I'm sorry, Senator.
Anyway, I'm working on it, John, and I'll get it out to you.
Cool beans. By the way, you guys are all banned from my shop.
John, I just want to tell you I was muted while this was going on.
Well, Jim, you're the exception, so it's cool with you.
I wasn't even here.
Yeah, but Katie, if you were here, you would have been the one that suggested it in the first place.
No, I would not.
So you are incriminated by proxy.
I don't want to be lumped in with you people.
Guilt by association.
Yeah, guilt by association. Okay, so who wants to go next? What's going on there, Sean?
Oh, I'll go next to seeing though I'm unmuted.
All right.
I don't get out in the shop much anymore, but a couple 3 weeks ago I had an order for a couple of Adirondack chairs. So I went ahead and went out there, and it actually took me 3 days to build 2 chairs, which is a long time for me. So I got guy picked those up, loved them. And the day before yesterday, I think it was Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. I got an order for 4 more. So,
cool.
Wow.
Yep.
Sweet.
So that's what I've been doing yesterday and today.
Now, what kind of wood do you make those out of, John?
I'm just making them out of number 2 pine.
Yeah.
Leaving them unfinished. That way they can paint them, stain them, whatever they want to do with them. And I price them accordingly. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I usually charge $15 to $20 extra just to stain them.
Right.
It's a lot more labor. So, but I try to sell them unfinished. That way they can have their choice, and I don't have to go through all the BS.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and the great thing is, in 3 seasons they'll be back to buy another pair.
Yeah.
I've had that happen. I've had it happen.
The great thing about pine that I like so much is that if you do stain it and you do seal it and you do take care of it, it will last.
It will last, yeah.
But if you don't,
nope.
Yeah.
I've made them out of cedar. I've made them out of cypress. I've made them out of white oak. The white oak is actually the most popular that I made, but damn price is way up there.
Oh yeah.
And I got no cheap. I mean, I got several Amish sawmills around here that I buy from, and even their prices are out of this world these days. I can get pine real cheap.
I would imagine one of those chairs made out of white oak could be pretty heavy too, wouldn't it?
About 70 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So they won't blow away in a windstorm, that's for sure.
No. And cedar will probably be the longest, but yet cedar is also one of the more weaker. It's weaker than pine ever. Yeah.
Well, the cedar ones I made out of 5/4. So
okay, yeah, I was going to say you have to thicken up
the cypress one would last a long time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, cypress wood.
Yep. Mahogany,
yeah. Yep. Cool.
Yep. So that's what I've been up to.
Great. Who else has something they want to?
I got some wood stuff to talk about.
Well, Al, it's locked on you.
I'll go after Al.
So a while back, this lady contacts me and says, "Hey, can you make some chairbacks?" And let me see. Let me share so I can also show you the screen. I think if I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, I think I can figure it out. So you see the green chair, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's probably as big as these backs. She's trying to refurbish 50s style aluminum, stainless steel tube chairs, and some of these backs are messed up. She sent me. Nope, not that. Where did I put it? I lost it. She sent me anyway some wooden ones. Where did I put it? Here. No, not there. Ah, yeah. She sent me, a good one like this. So what I ended up doing, and I'm going to stop sharing right now, is I ended up taking and making, and I'm back making the tops for them and the pieces for in between. So I've got a bunch of pieces of wood here because I tore up some of the backs to make templates and stuff, and I've made some templates. She actually gave me 2 different backs. If you notice this one here, and I forgot I even had this one. This one here was the last one that she gave me, and this one's got holes in the bottom, and the one that she gave me is kind of messed up, but broken apart. So that's what she wants me to do. She wants me to make these backs to where she can have this vintage, kind of vintage, I guess. She's going to recover it and stuff. 50s looking, table, and she's got a couple of tables like this. So that's what I've been doing. I've been doing that and a little 3D printing on the side and stuff. But definitely, it's been raining sawdust in my shop for the last week or so.
I love it. Raining sawdust.
Raining sawdust.
Just give me sawdust.
Too early. Too early.
My head is flat.
Lots of sawdust.
Well, we knew that. We just were supposed to not tell you about it.
You thought it was pointy.
No, Russ made us promise never to mention it.
All right, so there goes Al, who is next.
Oh, pick me.
Chris.
All right, I showed the guys this before the show, but this has been ongoing, my Star Trek phaser.
And I'm in love.
That's awesome.
It started out last fall with just a sketch on a piece of plywood. And it
That's
just kept
awesome.
snowballing. So pretty much every tool in the shop has been used on us. The bandsaw, the scroll saw,
Yep.
the router table, the drum sander.
Love it, Chris.
And the little hand unit even comes off too. So
That is cool.
phaser
That's
set on set.
outstanding. I like it.
So
It is that I mean, you've done an excellent job to not have a CNC and do all that from just your stuff in your shop. That's pretty cool.
and it's all scrap lumber out of scrap barrels. I'm trying to use it up before I burn it.
Yeah.
So that's the phaser. And the other ongoing project, it fell, is this wooden purse of sorts.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I thought that was a giant beer mug.
That's what I thought too, knowing Chris.
All
Yeah, it'd be an over-
different types of wood.
Well, that's neat.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we'll be carrying these down the runways in New York next year, okay?
What?
You broke up, Chris.
Yeah, you actually have lost your signal.
Again, it's all scrap. The strap is going to come from a pallet, a webbing strap off a pallet, and all the hard. Not expensive, but it's just can I do this? And we froze up.
Yeah, you froze up about halfway through.
Yeah, I noticed that. My back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Well, the whole bag thing was all out of scrap, including the hardware.
Cool.
So
Where'd you get the hardware?
it's a piano hinge on the inside. You can't see because it's already covered.
Uh-huh.
And the clasp is going to be a little chest clasp I found in the scrap box.
Cool.
So it's getting there. I don't know what I'm going to do with it afterwards. It was just let's see if I can do this type project.
Since your signal's gotten better, open it up, bring it back and open it up again.
All right. Right there.
Yeah, that's
There's a piano hinge on the bottom you can't see because of the material now.
right. I understand, but yeah, that's cool. That
Yeah, it was
is
just a
really
fun
cool.
project is all it was. So
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
Good job.
I'll get it finished.
Yeah, that's nice. To be honest with you, you never cease to amaze me with some of the stuff you come up with. One of my favorite projects you ever did was the phone. And when you put it on video where you're standing up there and you said, hello or whatever. What was this thing that you said when you did that?
Oh, I ordered a pizza.
Yeah, you ordered a pizza. Yeah. That was
So-
one of my favorite videos and favorite things that you've ever made.
That's actually my lead video. It's got the most hits. But
Yeah.
the
I
funny thing about
love
that,
that.
when we were in Atlanta, was it 2 years ago now? I was
2 years.
talking to this guy in the lobby, and his wife stepped up. She goes, "Oh, you're the guy that made the telephone. I can't believe
Yep.
you made that work."
Yep.
She thought I was really making a phone call, and he was sitting behind her at that point, and he just rolled his eyes in the back of his head. It was hilarious. I
Yeah.
was trying not to laugh at her, but
No,
it
I
came out
love
good.
it. That's my favorite project and favorite videos of you that you've done.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
you've
like
done
that.
you've done more that are really fantastic, but that was my favorite.
I put a lot of time in that one, so
Yeah.
but
Cool.
I got a couple ideas for the palette this year. I wish Brian would bring back the 2x4. I got a couple ideas for that too.
Cool.
So,
Yeah. All right. So who
What's
else
up?
is I'm trying to look over here and see if anybody's saying anything over in the chat. And then I would appreciate you all if y'all keep an eye on the chat too, to see if anybody's saying anything.
Steve looked like he was about ready to flash a project up there.
Steve who? Carmichael?
How many Steves we got on the panel?
Steve, are you ready to flash one, Steve?
Sure.
Steve. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to unmute.
Yeah, go ahead. We got you.
I did this one not too long ago. It's a scroll saw project. It's a Tesla album cover,
Oh, cool. Yeah, I seen that.
and I used the blowtorch burn technique to burn it. And it's like I cut it apart and then glued it back into layers so some of it stands up proud of the background.
Oh, cool.
See, is that the one that got the recognition on the Tesla Twitter feed?
Yeah, I shared it on Twitter and tagged the band, and the band shared it on their Twitter page.
I think that's awesome.
Now, the letters that run around the edge, are they scrolled out of the wood and they're hollow?
No, I cut those with the X-Carf.
Oh, okay. So the X card. Okay, now I see. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I can't cut that fine on the scroll saw.
I could.
I'm not as good as
Yeah,
you, Russ.
He could, but he would whine about it the entire time.
No, but I saw that myself, and I was like, pretty cool. But I was wondering how you did the background. But I guess when you said that you burnt that on.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I just used the torch and kind of burned the inside of the letters, and then I sand the top off so
Right.
the letters would be darker.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine, he makes mic stands for rock stars.
Mm-hmm.
And he did some stuff for the drummer in Tesla for his drum rack that holds his drums. He did some metal work with this logo and stuff and lightning bolts. So he was telling me if I made an extra one, gave it to him, he would send it to their drummer because he knows them. So I might do that. That would be cool. Yeah.
Awesome. That looks fantastic.
Thanks. It was fun. That was part of the Maker's Rock stuff.
Yeah, Maker's Rock. Yeah. I thought it was with Matt Haas and Maker's Rock.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Awesome wood things.
Yeah, awesome wood things. Matt Haas. Awesome wood things. All right. So anybody else?
The only thing I've been making is little plastic pieces for my scroll saw. For the knob on my scroll saw that's what it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
And my hands, I've got arthritis in my hands, so I have a hard time loosening the knob. So I just made one of these and I knurled the edges on it. And I designed this in Fusion 360. And then I made another one with smooth sides because I found out really the smooth sides work better than the knurled sides.
Now,
what scroll saw do you have?
I have a Hegner.
Oh, Hegner. Okay.
Okay, but why did the smooth side work better than the knurl side? I'm curious.
The knurl side is just a little too pointed. I don't know if you can see those or not, but it's pretty
Okay.
coarse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty coarse.
Okay.
And it just, I mean, I can use it. It's just not as comfortable, believe it or not, as the smooth side.
Smooth side.
And so anyway, that's about the only thing I've done and helping Al with this silly project.
So
And,
now with the smooth side, I understand what you're saying, because with the smooth side, it's not the fact that the thing, you just needed a little bit bigger to be able to grab a hold of because of your arthritis.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you can put that on there, turn it, and then take it off.
I can do that, or I even thought about putting a little piece of sticky tape in there,
right,
and sticking it
well,
right.
I will warn you by making it permanent, because that's what I came up to. That's the reason I made. If y'all remember, I made that handle that's kind of like long, and I put it up on the knob for my old DeWalt. I haven't had to do it for the. Fortunately for the Seiko ST21, that thing's fantastic, but because my hand got to the point with on the DeWalt, it wouldn't. But you don't want to make it permanent, and I'll tell you why.
Gets in the way.
Well, it's not only the weight, but it's also if you want to cut something thick. If you go up to the max of 1.5 inches or whatever, then that thing could hit it, and because it's so big, and not be able to let you cut it out. So if you make something that you could put on it and turn it and then take it back off, you're much better off.
Another part of that is because I bought that set from the guy at the Gwinnett Woodworkers.
Yes,
I was at the show a couple of years ago, and it was
he makes them in
right.
aluminum.
It was a burl, but one of them's a bigger one, one is a small one, and he said put the small one on top and the big one on the bottom. So you just for that same reason you just said,
right.
But me, anyway, I said, no, I put the big one on top because my arthritis, I need that big one on top.
Right.
And problem with making it permanent is when I sold that saw, I had to sell them with it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, now I don't have a set.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
If you was making them for DeWalt, you could send me some.
We'll go back and I show how I made mine. But you don't want to stick it on there. You want it where you can put it on there, turn it, and then set it off to the side where it's easily, but you want it where it's easily available. That's the reason I made mine. Was like about a 6-inch piece of wood, and then I cut the end of it out so I could just put it on there and turn it and then take it back off.
Yeah, I thought about
I have a
doing the
suggestion.
same thing is just extending this with a handle on the end.
Yes, that would be what I would do. And then you wouldn't have to worry about, because if you make it permanent once again, and you want to do some compound cutting, which is in like 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches or whatever, then you're going to run into problems, because that's going to come down and hit the piece when you're trying to cut it out. And Brenda said, what now, Brenda?
I have a suggestion.
Yes.
You talked about wanting to keep it handy once you take it off. You know, you remove it.
Right.
Make a spot in it that you can put a magnet in.
That'd be a good idea.
You can stick it right to the side of the stand.
There
And
you
right
go.
there accessible.
That's
You
a
can
really
get
good
these
idea.
at Hardware Freight, and
Yep.
they're really tiny, so you can
Right.
Yeah.
pop a pocket out. And,
The only other thing I got going is I ordered a bunch of scroll saw patterns from Alex Fox. So I'm gonna see about maybe doing some of his projects.
Yeah.
He did some awesome work.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does.
he does. He is really. I've been watching him on Facebook. His patterns are just extraordinary. I mean, it's like wow.
And his talent is oh yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this. I've asked him to be on the show, but he's from he doesn't speak English good.
Yeah,
And
he's from Ukraine.
Yeah, and also he, from my understanding, he's an engineer.
I was going to say his patterns have the mind of an engineer behind
Yeah,
it.
he's an engineer. But I asked him to be on the show. I contacted him a long time ago, over almost a year ago, I think it was, when he first started putting these out and become well known. And I was like, I'd love to have you on the show and everything. He does Google Translate to be able to understand when you PM him or whatever, be able to understand what he's saying. So
you need a live translator for that, Russ.
Yeah, need a live translator. Well, if you find somebody that can talk Ukraine, let me know, Alan. We'll have him on.
I will. Let me write that down.
His when you watch him do scroll saw work, it sure is intimidating.
And yeah, but here's the thing: he not only produces the patterns, he cuts a lot of those things out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's like, wow, it's like, dude, you produce them and cut them. So it's not like he's one of these guys that's just, I'm an engineer and I'll produce this and you just go ahead and cut it. No, he cuts them out himself. So
yeah.
I've done several of his baskets there, and boy, I'll tell you, they're a lot of fun to do.
Yeah,
it's kind of repetitive, but it's keep your focus repetitive. You know, it's not like
they're a challenge.
Yeah, they're good practice.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell you that. He's probably my. I love to look at his stuff, and he's probably my number one. I'd love to have him on here. Trust me. But I'd ask him. But who else?
I think I'm the only one left. About the only thing I've been doing is trying to get this Chinese K40 laser that I bought.
The one that burn a hole in your finger?
Yeah.
Shows your injuries.
I had to pay extra for that too, just for the finger setting on it. But it's kind of weird when you set these things up. You know, it's obviously they've got a focal length to them, so they'll be sharper in one spot than they would be in the other. So this is kind of a test board that I ran, so you can kind of see here where you've got really tight dots on it where it's right in focus where it's supposed to be. And then if you just take the board and move it closer or a little bit farther away from the laser, you know, you can get a bigger dot on it like that. Or if you leave it turned on too far or too long, you know, it'll start to burn the wood. I was going to make Andy Berkey some coasters, so I started to like draw his pattern into this wood to test it. But yeah, and then like you said, I kind of got nailed right here when I got my finger in the way, and I bumped the laser test button, and it just like poofed on my finger once. But yeah, that went all the way to the bone. So if you've got one of these, you know, keep your hand out of it. I had the laser switch was still on, but in order for the laser to fire, you have to push another button on it, and that's the button I brushed up against.
Note to self: do not put your finger into the blade when the saw is turning.
Well, but this could have been a lot worse. You know, you can't mess around with these things because there could have been a piece of metal in there, and the light could have reflected off the metal and went up and got me in the eye. So you really have to be careful with these things, and it's something I'm learning. So
I do understand. I heard somewhere in the works that there's going to be a new laser stop thing burner, kind of like saw stop.
Yeah, I heard that. Actually, it's a Kickstarter, and I've got $100 in on it, so I'm gonna be one of the first ones.
Okay,
you were really testing it.
Okay, is that everybody now?
Well, I'm actually doing something. I've got my dryer torn apart. There's which that's not woodworking. It's just something I had to do.
Well, it's fiber. If it's the dryer, it's fiber. You know, like the lid.
Yeah. Well, I had to replace the little wheels that the drum rotates on.
Yep.
And the belt and idler and all that stuff.
And they're done that.
And you know, it's and then the ceiling fan in my living room is like, okay, that looks really dingy. I need to just really clean it good. Well, it wasn't working, so I had to paint all the paddles.
Okay.
And other than that, I found out somebody, I can't remember who it was on Facebook, had cut a really intricate pattern. It was a big welcome sign. And they said they'd gotten the pattern from one of the books by Patrick Spielman. and I went and looked, and the books are like $30 or $40. But if you go and just look on other vendors, uh, I got a book with free shipping for $6 in really good shape, and another book for uh, $7 in really good shape. So, and all there's like 100 scroll saw patterns in each one. So it was my bargain of the day.
You wish I'd have known. I would have sent them to you for nothing.
All right,
You got Spielman's books?
Yes, I do.
Oh wow.
I think I have 5 or 6 of them.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll buy them from you. You know, I don't have an issue. I'll
Let me see what I got. I'll have to look
see
out
what
there.
you got, and I'll send you the the titles of the 2 that I ordered, and then we'll go from there.
All right, sounds like a plan.
All right, give me 1 second because I'm trying to.
Give me sawdust. Just give me sawdust.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what the last 2. I'm getting confused, so I might have to go back to the.
Hey, Brenda, isn't there a craft where you take? Yeah, in fact, it's something to do with dryer lint. Like you make stuff that smells good or something like that.
Yeah, I did a video on
Yeah.
making air fresheners out of dryer lint.
It's air freshener.
Mhm.
It's air freshener. So see, Katie, you need to go into your dryer and pull all that lint out. Send it to
It's
Brenda.
all dog hair.
Send Russ the sawdust.
Doesn't matter.
But send Brenda the lint.
It doesn't matter. This dryer lint that I have, guy gave it to me. He sheds worse than a dog, so it's full of hair.
Still better than belly button
Maybe
lint.
that's the scent.
Or Pat Lap beard hair, right? Or so they say it was beard hair.
All right, so here is.
We could all send you some belly button lint.
There you go. There you go. Steve will even throw something in.
Here's what we're looking at. Let me go first before I show off my stuff to what everybody has sent in.
I thought that clock was what you were going to show off.
No, I'm not, I already showed. So we've had several people I said sent in projects. So screen share, and so this comes from James Parker, I believe it is. This is from some of the stuff that he has sent in pictures.
Oh, neat.
Oh wow.
What are those, like candy dishes or?
Yeah, well, they're expandable dishes. You can call them anything you want. You can put anything you want, but these are actually, you cut them around and around on an angle and they come out to be a dish. But
Yeah, that's neat.
this is one of the things James sent in, and that's a couple others that he did.
And that's one whole flat piece. Then with
Yep,
the
this piece is separate from the outer piece that holds it.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
But it's cut out of the same board, I think.
Yeah, it's cut out of the same board.
Wow.
Wow, that's neat.
Does that look like it's like 3/8 of an inch or a half an inch? Or I'm sorry, a quarter of an inch.
It looks
3/8?
yeah, maybe half, 3/8, something like that. If he's still out there, he can tell you. That's some of the stuff he does.
Nice.
Nice work. I like those candle holders.
Yeah.
Those
He
are
does
neat.
beautiful work. Trust me, he's sent some stuff home with me to my wife, which I have here to share.
Well, that's cold. You're bringing home other people's work, scroll saw work to your wife.
Well, he wanted me to.
Well, he wanted her to see what real scroll saw work was.
Yeah, I guess.
James just said that those things are made out of 3/4 inch.
Okay, 3/4 inch. Okay, so
Oh, nice.
Oh wow.
look at this.
Wow.
Wow. Who sent that in?
We're gonna go to him in just a second and see
Is
if
that turned or carved?
I
by
don't
hand?
know.
Even turned.
Look at me.
If he turned, I like how he did that.
Yeah.
Haven't been in the shop except for messing around making spiral balls. So I'm assuming this is from Aussie Man. I'm assuming that this is turned.
Wow.
Turned or turn carved. So Aussie Man, if you're still out there, tell us how the heck you made that.
No kidding.
James Bill.
Turned on an ornamental mill, he says.
All right. James said this guy made this. He lives down the street from him.
Oh,
Oh, I want one of them.
Me too.
Wait a second. I'm looking at the panel. I wanna. Oh
Yeah,
my.
James Parker said that ornamental mill. Aussie Man said that was turned on an ornamental mill. So yeah, so this was sent from James Parker, but it was sent from a person down the street.
That's a great horse. Just have to
That
be cleaned
is-
up after.
Now this is a bowl.
Root ball, right? Root ball. Yeah. Yeah, I remember I've seen that on Chris Nealon's I think
boy, that's beautiful, isn't it?
yes, it is.
Isn't it?
It is beautiful. Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
And yes, this is from Chris Nealon. Look at that. Isn't that just outright gorgeous?
Yeah, it sure is.
Wow. It's so shiny.
I love seeing the stuff that people send in.
I bet you can put stuff in there that's edible.
Dennis Goodson, look at this. Dennis Goodson sent in this.
Unpaid professionals.
Wow.
Yeah. Firefighting for free.
You ought to send that
Well,
to
there's still a lot of
Hire
fire
Mike.
departments around that are volunteer.
volunteers.
Yeah,
Send that
well,
to Hire Mike.
you are
Dennis-
correct. There's a lot of fire departments that are still not paid that are for free.
Yeah, Dennis Goodson's asking if it's scroll saw. That probably is, right?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would look like scroll saw to me. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And then and somebody sent in this as he's laid up lately, and all he has is in his shop is cobwebs.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, he says, what's going in my shop is cobwebs. With wife having dementia and I'm in a wheelchair and with a torn rotator cuff, the spiders are taking
Ouch. Ouch.
This is Dan Inge from Dan Ingebrigtsen Workshop. So
Oh,
Hope you feel better there.
Keep
Yeah.
fighting, Dan. Keep fighting.
Yep.
yeah, keep fighting, Dan. Keep fighting. Okay, so that's that. And then what I have been doing is, first off, James Parker, when I was at Orlando teaching the last class, he came up and visited me after he had his kidney stone and came straight from the hospital to see me. He sent some stuff home to my wife and he asked if I could show that. So I went in her room and I got this out. Don't tell her I was in there because she'll be pissed. But he made this.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, James Parker.
Do the wheels turn in the front?
Yes, it does.
Oh, neat. And the side ones too?
No, the side ones don't. They're glued on, but the wheel does turn on the front. He makes a lot of this stuff, and I want to tell you,
A little hard for
I've talked to him, and he don't think he's that good.
Really?
Yeah, he really, when he says this, he's like, well, there's this and there's that. So, James, I'm here to tell you, dude, you are excellent. Look at that. Everything it fits just so nice and perfect.
Every single
Yeah.
one of the spokes is perfect. I would be all over the place.
Oh, now this is just one that he sent home to my wife. This is another.
Wow. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he sent this
Wow.
home for me to give to my wife.
Awesome.
That looks like Princess Di's wedding carriage.
Yes. But I mean, the
Kinda
quality, James, you are like, the quality is like fantastic. And I think this got bent because I laid it up against something. So I'll have to,
Oops.
yeah. I have to,
Don't try to bend it back.
but look at that.
Nancy's going to skin him alive.
Isn't that
That's
beautiful?
great.
And then last but not least, you know, when you meet people and then like James, and the day he came up and seen me in Orlando, he'd been in the hospital with kidney stones. He came out of the hospital with kidney stones because he heard I was in Orlando at the Rockler and come over to see me. I mean, that just blows my mind away that somebody would think that much of me. And then he brought these gifts.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's a fan.
Wow.
A fan from a fan.
Yeah, a fan from a fan.
James, that's nice.
Yes, it is.
Don't let anybody tell you you're not good at it.
Yeah.
Good.
Especially
He is
yourself.
absolutely fantastic.
One thing I noticed about this community is we're our own worst critics. So don't get yourself down. That's amazing work.
I agree with you. Sometimes we're our own worst critic. But James, you do fantastic. And my wife loves each and every one of them. And I had to steal them out of her bedroom. She don't even know I took them. So she will after
now we all just enter a note.
she will after
now.
she watches the show. So anyway, a couple of things that I've been working on over on Scrolling and Making with Russ. We've been playing around with polymers, and I did this little vase. So that is actually a polymer acrylic that you bake in the oven. And then I put the 3 front, back, and this is a Steve Good pattern. My good friend Steve Good makes this pattern. But yeah, that's just polymer clay that was inserted into instead of leaving it open. And
I like that. It's neat.
yeah, it is. But you can do some really good stuff with that, with the polymer clay. The next thing that I have, which I was going to say, was I'm working on the clock for my good friend John Schaffner. And then I think I showed y'all that I was working on the pirate box with the dome lid. Did I show that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, the pirate box.
Not since it's been stained, I don't think.
Yeah, so this is the pirate box with the dome lid that I'm working on. This is the dome lid, obviously. And so I wanted to do something for the front of it. So this is the end. I've got to finish it off, though. But my CNC cut this out. I'm going to make this, I'm going to paint this black, and this will go on the front. And I did this on my CNC. And I got one for the back.
You didn't it?
Yeah, I got one for the back, too.
That's all right.
Yes.
What is that, Russ?
Huh?
What kind of wood is that?
That's actually MDF.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
because it carved.
The box.
No, the wood. Oh, the box is just clear pine from the box is clear pine from Home Depot. But this is MDF.
Nifty.
And I had the CNC carve this out.
That really came out nice.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it does look nice. It took me like 3 tries to get it, but
Now, how long did it take to carve that?
it didn't take very long. About 30 minutes for the rough end and about another hour and a half for the finish.
That's neat.
And I did 2 of them because one's going on the back and one's going on the front.
Russ, the CNC broke some teeth there on that.
Yeah, it broke some teeth. Yeah. But I was able to extrude, and I was trying to do this I was trying to figure out how to do this, but I finally got it to extrude out. So the depth of the, see, you'll look at the side, you'll see the depth of the eyes and the teeth and the nose and everything.
Neat.
I was wanting them to get down in there. I did a 1/32 inch ball nose is what carved this out.
Wow.
For the final pass.
How fast were you traveling?
Only about 20.
Yeah. Well, hey, Paul loves challenges like that. Maybe Paul can help you out. Just kind of tell me.
I know. Well, Russ Meadows would like this too, but yeah, I've got this. I mean, it did pretty doggone good. Get down in there and the teeth.
Yeah.
And then guess what cut out the final thing?
A 1/4 inch?
No, a scroll saw.
Oh, gotcha.
I made it, cut it out, give me a 1/4 inch all the way around it, then took it to my scroll saw. So you can see where I got the little nib.
Now, why didn't you cut it all the way out with your CNC?
I could, but I just don't. I want it to go down so far, and then I'll cut it out with a scroll saw. That way I can sand it and conform it to where I want. And I don't know. It's just my preference.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, it takes me like 2 seconds to cut this thing out. I mean, on a scroll saw at this depth, I mean, I should run around it real quick, and then I can sand it and conform it. So but that's what I did on that. And so I showed the box and that. Oh, there's only one thing I want. I run into this. I was in Home Depot the other day, and I saw this, and I bought this, and I really like it. It's made by 3M. It's a product, but it's a hand sanding so that you can keep the paper level. And what I liked about this one was a lot of them come with those papers that you can't change. And I've made my own, don't get me wrong, but this was only like $4.99 or $3.99. It wasn't a lot. So I was like, well, I'm going to try this. But this actually has it where that you can actually change the paper. You put your own paper in there. But what I like about it is when you're sanding, when you use your hand, a lot of times your hand will conform to whatever you're sanding on and not pull it out perfectly straight. Using something like this is more apt to you get a straight on sand across something, especially.
And that looks like the sandpaper locks on better than those rubber ones.
Yes, and I picked this up. It was like less than $5 or right at $5, and I was like, I'm gonna try this.
What's the brand name on it, Russ?
3M. It's 3M.
Okay.
How small do they go, Russ?
Huh?
How small do they go? Because I need some real teeny tiny ones of those.
Well, this was the only one I saw. I mean, I don't know if they make them any smaller. You can change the grits of the sandpaper. But like, for instance, if I need to sand off, let me show you here what I was thinking. Like, if I needed to sand the top of this box, okay, just take off some top. Yeah. Well, if you use your hand has a tendency to conform to the sides of it so it's not straight. So if you use this and go across it, it could make it nice and straight. Now, they make several versions of this, but one is the one that I saw that actually was you had to buy their sandpaper to fit on it. So in other words, I was like, no, I don't want that. You're not going to make me buy your sandpaper to fit on the thing. But
is that plastic or metal?
This is plastic.
The whole thing. The whole thing
is plastic. Yes.
Well, tell Al he can just take his scroll saw and slice it down the middle and take whatever size he needs to make it.
There you go. That's what we'll do. Because
the whole thing is just plastic. But what I loved about it was the fact that I could change this out. I mean, I've made these before, trust me, out of wood and just glued the sandpaper to it. And now it's going to be a hard time figuring it out. See, what I loved about it is you could just take this out and put your own sandpaper in it.
Yeah.
Is that like a quarter sheet?
Yeah, well, it'd be more than a quarter of a sheet.
Well, a quarter sheet if you were.
Yeah, it's a quarter of a sheet wide, but probably a lot more. But you could put your own sandpaper in here. That's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
When I say quarter
and
sheet,
then,
it's
but the
not.
feel of it is, the feel of it is really, really nice. This ball on top is really, really nice. So I thought, for the $5, I'm going to try it. I haven't used it as of yet. I just bought it, but it feels really good, and I just wanted to call that out. I'm going to try this, and we'll see because. And like I said, they had the other version, which was a little smaller, but you had to get their sandpaper, which was specifically cut for that particular thing. Which this is like, I can cut these out all day long.
Yeah.
Is the bottom of it like padded foam, or is it like hard plastic?
This is hardened padded plastic. Here. Yeah, you can see it. See? It's just hardened plastic. And it's all plastic. But the ergonomic feel of it is very, very nice as far as I can tell that I could, if I was sanding on something, that I could keep this very well under control by the feel of it.
Paul, there's your next fusion project right there.
And it has 120 grit it came with, only one sheet. And like I said, it was only like $5. What did I do with the? Oh, and this is the way it comes. And like I said, I saw it. I'm a gamer. And I'm like, I'll find something I see and like, hey, I want to. That one looks like I would like to try that. And so here it is.
Home Depot.
Home Depot.
You think they have it at the Big Blue store?
I don't know about the Big Blue store.
They probably have something similar.
Yeah. So, but I thought I would try it. Now 3M makes a lot of good products. So I was like, I'll try this one. And the other one, the only reason I wanted the smaller one, the only reason I didn't buy the smaller one, which was similar to this, it was like the ergonomic pad like this, but it was like 2/3 the size or 1/3 the size, was the fact that you had to buy their sandpaper to fit on it. I'm like, no, you're not forcing me to buy your stuff. I want where I can put it in. And then when I saw this one, but it'll do the same thing as the other one. But like I said, I wanted it because I thought that if you were doing something that you wanted pretty well to sand flat, that this might be the option to go with. So, and for $5, I think it was $5.99, $4.99, something like that. I was like, all right, I'll try it. Anyway, I just wanted to show that. So, that's all I can think of tonight. I hope we haven't run too many people off. I'm sorry that I haven't had anybody come on lately. This week has been totally hectic with between my doctor's appointments and my mother-in-law. Some of the problems we've been having with her. So I am struggling to find people that want to come on and show things and do things for us. And I said that in the beginning of the show, that one of the reasons I know it is because after you do 5 years of doing shows, you start running out of people. People no longer come excited to be on your show as much. And, but also you have to have the qualifications to have a real good connection, good camera, mic, and stuff like that. So if you are out there in the chat and know of anybody that you think could qualify to do some of the stuff, let us know. We'd love to have them. We'd love to have you on here. And anytime, just contact me. Either send me an email to Russ at simplywoodencreations.com or contest at simplywoodencreations.com or PM me over on Facebook. Love to have you on here. Is that about all we need to talk about tonight?
I think we covered it all.
Yeah. I think we had a pretty good show overall.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think we did. And I will try to be back next week, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going on my son's wedding cruise the week of the 20th. But I think I'm going to be here on. I may miss one of the shows, and I'll let you know because I have to look at the calendar.
You're going on your son's wedding cruise.
Yes.
Okay, hang on. let me
Something
mute
just doesn't
myself
sound
before
right there.
it's worse.
He
No,
is,
that
well,
sounds
all right.
way off.
He is having his wedding on a cruise.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
That's different then.
Yeah, he's having his
He
wedding.
didn't say he was going on his honeymoon.
No,
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought he
he's
was just
spending
going to
his
go to
honeymoon
Tesco.
on the cruise. So, no, my son is having. All right, my son Corey is having his wedding on a cruise, and here's how it's going to go down. A lot of people, some of the family members can't afford to be on the cruise for the whole week, and so therefore, the cruise will be. The day of the wedding will be the first day of the cruise. So those people can come on board and they will be at the wedding. And then after the wedding and the reception, then they have to leave the boat. And the rest of us, or that he's, everybody's invited, as many people that want to come. But the rest of us will continue on the cruise with him and his wife after the wedding. That's the way he wants.
Live stream it.
Yeah, that's nice. I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Yeah. Everybody.
All right, let's all go on the cruise.
Oh, y'all are invited. I'll send y'all invitations.
There's not many people that would want the family on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
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 No, so we're all going to be there with them on their honeymoon and everything. I mean, it's not like we're going to be in the same damn room.
And
My mind
Dad's
was
bringing
just
all his woodworking
exploding.
friends.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, but what I thought was cool about it is that I did not know this, was the fact that the wedding was going to be held at the beginning before the cruise, in other words.
Right.
And so that therefore all the family members could that wanted to be there that couldn't pay for the cruise could join. They come on the boat and have the wedding. It's just after the wedding and the ceremony is over, then they have to disembark and everybody else leaves.
What happens if they don't disembark?
I thought that was pretty damn neat.
What happens if they stay on? They still
Well,
away.
I guess they get called as a stowaway. So
Make them off the plank.
yeah.
And it's a federal offense.
Yeah. So
And
The
Chris,
only federation
Chris,
is the
make sure
United
they get-
Arab Emirates, whose murder rate is 0.9 murders per 100,000 people.
What the deuce?
Wow.
What were those?
so anyway, so
My,
that's what's
Where was
going
that?
down. That's what's going down. That's the week of the 20th, the 21st, or whatever. But I believe we're going to have a show before and after. I'll just make sure and let y'all know.
Okay.
But anyway, I appreciate you so very much. We had as high as 47 people. Right now we have 31, and we have 27 thumbs up. Come on, guys. We need like 2 or 3 more people to complete that thumbs up and get it up to the 31 or 32 that are watching right now. So bash it. So, but thank you, Dennis Goodson, Aussie Man, Luana Pierce, Chris Nealon, Dan Ingy, who's been out there, Dennis Goodson, James Parker, Chris Nealon, I've said him, Robert Crow, Mobile Home Workshop. Hey, Robert, haven't seen you out there in the chat in a while. Robert, thank you for being here. Hello, Russ, he says, and good to you, Robert.
Ken McCrory.
Ken McCrory.
Moon Pie Creations was also out there.
Moon Pie Creek. That's
Ken Moon.
Ken Moon.
Shoot the moon.
It's all what's his name.
yeah, it's all okay. So anyway, Dennis Goodson, I've said him. Moon Pie Creations.
Bossy was out there.
Hey, Mr. Doughboy was out there too.
Mr. Doughboy was out there.
Yep.
Good. Wow. Thank you all for being out there. And I'm going back through trying to. Bossy, I'm impressed. A very well behaved Odessa Woodworking and Manicure Shop. That's what he said. So thank you, Posse, for being out. Mr. Doughboy, yeah, I said Mr. Doughboy 356. I saw him out
He
there.
was talking how well behaved the panel is, and boy, do we have them just totally.
Yeah, they don't know us behind the scenes. Anyway, thank y'all so very much for being out there in the chat. I totally appreciate it. You know, if it wasn't for the people on the panel and the people out there in the chat, I'd be standing up here by myself and look like a friggin' idiot. So thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
The difference is you're not by yourself.
Yes,
Exactly.
I'm never alone. But you know what? I've discovered one thing. Over this 5-year period of span, I have gained so many friends that I would have never had. It had not happened that this had went down and it started happening. You know, like I know Katie gives me a hassle, and John Schaffner
What I'm here
is
for.
waiting. John Schaffner's waiting on his clock, and I mess up every once in a while. But overall, I think people love me because they keep coming back.
All the rest of us don't give him any crap. We just give him sawdust. Lots of sawdust.
We all gave him sawdust. In fact, folks, send him sawdust. He loves it.
Yeah.
loves
Don't
it.
send me any more damn sawdust. But anyway, I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I just cannot explain that appreciation. When I look out and see that count, that how many people who watch us from week to week, and then I see these guys that show up every week, Brenda, Chris, Jim, John, Katie, Al, Paul, Russ, and Steve Carmichael's on here tonight, that show up week to week to be on this panel. You know, I cannot express the gratitude that I have for y'all. Thank you so very much. But there's only one thing that I need to do before we sign off, and that is just give me sawdust, lots of sawdust, all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Night, boys and girls.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Night, y'all.
Night, y'all.
Finish up your drinks. Move towards the exit. Move towards the exit. Remember, you don't have to go home, but you cannot stay here.
Good night,
We
y'all.
won't be here. And 3, 2, 1.